What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld. Today we're going to be talking about week one of the team of the week. Now, I know a lot of you guys feel that Dak Prescott got snubbed at an 86, Lamar Jackson got a 90, Sammy Watkins was the limited player, CJ Mosley was the defensive side of the ball player for the hero. We're going to talk about all that stuff right now. I'm going to give you guys my insight. Pretty much I'm going to ask you guys to kind of keep it casual in the comment section because you guys are going so wild. The Cowboy fans are very, very upset, and I understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have a horse in the race. I tell you guys this all the time. I don't care about what these teams do. I'm for the players. I like certain players that go out there and ball, and that's pretty much what it is for me. It's not anything else other than that for me. So when I look at what you guys rage about, it's very, very interesting to hear it, but at the same time, I gotta be objective. So I'm gonna go over some of the things. Now, did Lamar Jackson actually deserve to get a 90 overall? In my opinion, yes. I predicted it that he would get a 90. They gave him the 90. I also predicted that Dak would probably get the 90 also, but let me explain to you why I think they did what they did. Lamar Jackson, right? If you guys go back to last year, I made a podcast. By the way, for those of you guys that don't know, I am on iTunes, GmiasWorld Podcast. You can download it for free. It's also available on YouTube here at GmiasWorld Podcast. I do weekly NFL recaps for the games and give you my insight into it. If you guys go back to my podcast last year, when they were booing Lamar Jackson, John Harbaugh is like, yo, I'm not taking him out of the game. We're going to leave him in the game. It is what it is. I don't care. This guy is my guy. It is what it is. When that was happening, I felt bad for Lamar Jackson because at the time, I did not know exactly what was going on. Okay? It's something that really needs to go through and see exactly, why these things are going on with the way that, EA is picking these players. You have to look at the circumstance. And again, you guys are going to be mad no matter what. Cowboy fans like, yo, I don't care, Gmias, bro. Go Cowboys. I'm like, listen, bro, okay. All right, put your cowboy hat down. All right, and I'm talking about real cowboy hats, not a hat that said cowboy with the star in it. I'm talking about the real cowboys, like with the boots and everything. I understand your rage, okay? This man went through a lot more, and granted, a lot of it was yards after the catch. And this guy right here, Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown, made him look a lot better than the actual throws were. But at the same time, everybody has to understand that he did more of a development than Dak Prescott did. The next debate is, okay, but Gmias, look at the teams that they played. Yo, look at this thing with Lamar Jackson. He played the Dolphins like my baby sister could play in the Dolphins. You are absolutely right. Look, I'm not. See, this is the thing that people don't understand. I'm not debating about any of that. I'm just giving you guys some kind of reasoning behind it. Now, you guys are going to rage at me regardless. Like, I'm the guy that everybody rages at. And I'm okay with it. That's fine. I'm just going to give you my opinion. Some of you guys are going to agree, some of you guys won't. But as far as development goes, I think Lamar Jackson was more of a surprise than Dak Prescott. Even though Dak Prescott still doesn't get a lot of credit for what he does for that team because of Zeke Elliott, if that makes any sense. Because Zeke rushed for like 56 yards from scrimmage or some crap like that. I don't even remember what it was. But even with all of that, Dak does not get nearly enough credit. Okay? It is what it is, though. Like, this is the reality of the situation. 83 throw power on Dak. This is the thing. See, my brain can't comprehend why they wouldn't at least give him an 85, but that's just me, right? The speed, he's not that fast, but he's mobile. But 78, I think he's faster than, what's the other guy? I think he's way faster than Pat Mahomes, and I think that's similar speed to the other 90 overall Patrick Mahomes. I can understand the anger, though. I definitely can when you look at some of the stuff, but Lamar Jackson, you have to be honest. Even if you're a Cowboys fan, it was a much bigger surprise for how he evolved as opposed to Dak Prescott. If you look at Dak Prescott's record over the last 3 years, it's not a surprise that he beat the Giants. The Giants weren't playing any defense. Like, literally, I told you guys in my podcast, Eli played very, very well. And trust me, it's very, very hard for me to say any of that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, he did play well. And you guys got to understand that. It wasn't about Eli. That Giant defense is trash. It's just point blank, period. So if you want to evaluate defense for defense, you got to look at that. You got to analyze that situation like, yo, what's the deal with this? You know what I'm saying? Like what are we doing? Like, are we really going to say that, Dak Prescott only earned an 86 and we give the hire to Lamar Jackson? in that case when the Dolphins were actually, the players were requesting trades. That's how bad they got beat. You got to beat, you got to get beat really bad to be like, you know what, I'm leaving. Get me out of here. Maybe, some people are arguing that's the new way of the millennials or whatever like that. But again, regardless of it's grown men in an NFL league. That should not be the first suggestion. So I have no faith in the Dolphins at all with that situation when they're just requesting trades. But that's my thought process on it. Now, you look at Dak Prescott. We're going to go check out Lamar Jackson because he is the hero offensively. You got CJ Mosley. I don't really, he's not doing anything for me. And the Jets allowed the Buffalo Bills to come back and do them dirty. So I'm not even, the Jets are just, they're a hot mess. Let's go now, and we're going to talk about Lamar Jackson's numbers, right? And sort of imagine and compare what we just saw with Dak Prescott. And then this is where you're going to be able to analyze everything that's going on. Number one, right? This is what you guys got to understand. When you look at this 90 speed, that's outrageous. But he deserves that. The 85 throw power, I'm not sure that he has more arm strength than Dak, but I'll let you guys argue that in the comment section. The 86 short, mid, deep, the way that he showed that he could throw the football, granted, every player was wide open, and the team pretty much that he was playing against, they sucked. I don't know if they should be so comparable to Dak's, if that makes any sense. Because realistically speaking, Dak Prescott has been the better thrower, but they look very, very similar to each other. And I don't think that that's fair to the Cowboy fans, that they make Lamar Jackson's stats like that, even though I assume that they would do it because he looks so good. It's very, very hard for me to say that Lamar Jackson is a better thrower at this point than Dak, even though we have question marks about Dak Prescott, throwing it in the tight windows, over, the back shoulder throws, different things like that. I still can't bring myself to say that I think Lamar Jackson has a bigger arm than Dak at this point, because I've seen him wing it. But again, it is what it is, bro. I'm just giving you guys my insight. Is he a better quarterback than Mike Vick? For the money, yeah. I've been told you guys over the weekend, get your 3 million coins for Vick. Those of you guys that listen to me, you guys will leave in comments. Thank you, G. Thank you for responding. I will respond when I can. I cannot respond to everybody, but when you guys look and you're asking certain questions, look in the comment section. Look at my Twitter feed. You'll be able to see the most recent answered questions, and usually I've already answered it. So selling Michael Vick was key. Many people lost 2 million coins. Losing that amount of coins in 2 days, you just took a hot L, bro. You took a real hot L this year. And that's because of the way they're going to be doing the Team of the Weeks this year. You're going to get rewarded for great play, regardless of the situation. So that's what you're dealing with. Now, in conclusion with those two at the quarterback position, that is my final conclusion with it. That's everything that I have. I just think that we were more surprised about Lamar than we were about Dak, because we knew Zeke was going to be there. You got to stack the box. He's going to have more opportunity. So we already knew what Dak was going to give us. Plus the Giants play no defense. So that was a given. With Lamar, I was shocked that he played this well, even against a Pop Warner defense in the Miami Dolphins. All right. Now we go to Sammy Watkins. Should he have gotten the limited? Listen, Sammy Watkins has been plagued by injury for a very, very long time. Okay, he's been under some really, really high octane stress levels. He hasn't been able to perform the way that he should have. Some people say, the dispute between him and DeAndre Hopkins, what's going on with that? Maybe that has something to do with why DeAndre is very, very unhappy about a lot of the things that were going on. But at the end of the day, coming out of college, whatever, Sammy Watkins was promoted like he was going to be that dude. This is the first time, well, not the first time. I've seen him do some stuff with the Bills, but I really was impressed with the things that he did. Now, in Madden, not having a power-up and being at 89 speed and having to get like a chem with Sprinter or Brawler or whatever it is to be able to get those +2 speed points, I don't like that. Because if you look at some of the records of what happened, he actually ran faster than he had in like the previous years on one of his runs where he just ran for 6. And he had an unbelievable game, okay? Now, when you look at this, I don't expect people to go crazy about this limited. So, in my opinion, I like that EA didn't make Lamar Jackson the limited because it gives everybody opportunity to get a quarterback like that, but I don't think it was the right limited, in my opinion. And I'm not hating on, Sammy Watkins, happy for him and everything like that, but I don't think that that's what the MUT community wanted. That's just me speaking for myself. So that's everything that goes into the thought process of everything having to do with week 1 in the cards. And I think, honestly, at the end of the day, the only person that really lost is Dak. I think he's the only one out of everybody that I could think of that really got snubbed. And regardless of the situation, whether he has Zeke, whether he doesn't, I believe that young man deserves a lot more respect than he's getting, even with the top 100 voted with the players or whatever. But at the end of the day, I can leave you with this. Nobody believes in you more than you can believe in yourself. And nobody believes in you more than you do every single day. So at the end of the day, as long as Dak believes that he's the winner, he's the guy that's making this train roll, you can't take that away from him. And that's pretty much where I leave it. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. You enjoy your day. I'll be back with more vids soon. One love, y'all.